How's my makeup? Good? Good evening and welcome to West Des Moines, where Valley will take on Ankeny tonight. Ankeny Centennial in a matchup of Valley at 9-6, Centennial at 6-9 here on the season. Dar Danielson with you, Schaefer Landit alongside here tonight. And Schaefer, a couple of teams looking to get some wins late in the season to try to, get going a little bit toward the postseason.
Absolutely. Ankeny Centennial had the dismay of coming off of that loss to Dowling It's a team nobody wants to play this late in the season, so maybe a little fire under them coming into West Des Moines here today. But, yeah, getting down to the wire here. Wins are good all the time, but especially right now.
You mentioned Dowling. Let's take a look at the rankings, and we'll see here in the girls' game. The issue is Johnston, Northwest, and Dowling, City High up there, the top four. The other teams down below, they're trying to break through, trying to end up the season on a good note and maybe break in and challenge those. Number one, Johnston is the team everybody's looking to knock off right now, and we'll see if Northwest or Dowling can do that. But the other teams like Valley and Centennial are hoping to get hot late and sneak in there. Let's take a look at some of our players to watch here. First for Valley, we'll go to Centennial. Lizzie Bean, the junior, you see 16.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 1.2 assists here. So she's been a leader for this team so far this season. See the 3-point stroke there. And so she'll be one of the leaders, or one of the players we'll look for here tonight with Ankeny Centennial. Then for Valley, a familiar name, Avery Moon. She's been playing since she was a freshman and done a lot of games where she's been key there and gotten better every year. And now looking to finish off that senior season here with a big season, 8.4 points. You see almost 5 rebounds and almost 3 assists a ball game. So she is one of the key contributors here. And for both these teams, you need to have contributions up and down the lineup. These two players, but also you got to have all 5 and then off the bench too to do well here.
Absolutely. You know, Valley's Tylee White's kind of been in the mix of things.
Yep.
Avery Moon is a real key contributor, especially if Centennial is able to uninvolve White from the game, which would be a goal of theirs if they want to have a good night out today. So I'm looking for a big game from Avery Moon. She's also their lead facilitator, so definitely important tonight for the Tigers.
All right, a cold night in January, but we're getting rid of January here in just a day or two, so we'll take a break. We'll come back with more here from West Des Moines on CISN.TV.
It's the Start Something New sales event happening now at Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ames, Iowa. Take up to $13,000 off new 2026 Ram 1500s with Conquest Cash or 0% for 60 months. 2025 Ram Heavy Duties, over $12,000 off MSRP on select units. And on all new Rams, receive best-in-class 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And 2025 Wranglers, up to $10,000 off with Stellantis loyalty. Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Ames, Iowa.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Here at the Cold Iron Field House in West Des Moines Valley, ready for the starting lineups here, Valley and Ankeny Centennial. Let's go to our public address announcer.
And now let's make the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, for the visiting Jaguars of Ankeny Centennial High School, number 1, Faith Purpich. Number 10, Rylan Beating. Number 24, Lizzie Bean. Number 34, Miley Hatfield. And number 35, Lydia Michael. Jaguars are led by head coach Kristen Hartnett and the assistant coaches are Rachel Schmidt, Liz Brunn, Kenneth Gleason, Patrick Mattingly, and Taylor Runchi. And now, the starting lineup for your Valley Tigers. Number 3, Terry Rose. Number 4, Bailey, Utah. Number 11, Tylee White. Number 12, Avery Moon. And number 20, Olivia Adams. Tigers are led by head coach Matt Utah, and the assistant coaches are Ashley Adams, Jacob Cleveland, Martin Smiles, and Ashley Ray. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise with your headwear as we honor our country and those who serve to protect us.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with the start of the game after this on CISN.TV.
The colors, and fans are reminded to please remain standing until
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
And you see the ROTC there, taking care of the flag as we get ready for basketball here. Last Friday night of January.
Hard to believe.
Yeah. And I'm not sad to see it go with the weather we've been having here. It's supposed to warm up a little bit next week. But Gar Danielson, Schaefer landed here tonight. And that earlier matchup, 57-28, Valley took that, but that was earlier, and as always, teams get better. You see the Jaguar huddle there tonight. They'll be in the black uniforms, Valley in the home whites. And I think for Centennial on the road, you want to get off to a good start.
Absolutely they do, especially this Valley team. Might have taken their foot off the gas pedal a little bit against Davenport North on Saturday, a big one, you know. paying a little bit less attention. Obviously, you want to still be on your game, but anything's possible, and definitely more of a sturdy opponent in Centennial today for the Tigers, and Centennial's opportunity.
All right, so set to go here as they'll come center court. Ready to go. Beating the Moon to go, and Valley gets the opening tip. Get it underway. Adams kind of double teamed up top. She backs herself into the corner, but Moon comes up to help her. They quickly rotate it down to Utah. The junior. In and through traffic, and they're going to call the foul here. And Lydia Michael gets the foul.
And just a little bit late by Michael on that help there. Almost always leads to a foul.
Rose to the free throw line. 64%er hits the first one. She'll get one more. And hits them both to start it off for Valley. Tigers come out man-to-man. A little pressure full court there, and it works into a turnover right away. Over to the left side for three. No good. And rebounded by Beam. Beam will push it all the way down, up and good. Lizzie Beam ties it up.
They're going to need a huge night from her. She was held under her average as White on the other side. A quick transition bucket for the Tigers. How about that?
And quick action here in the early going. Now back the other way for Centennial. Down on the block. Turns up and good. Lizzie Beam. Both teams starting out hot.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Dar Beam just 17% from the field against Dowling in their last matchup. So wanting a better night. And
well, a lot of teams have that issue against Dowling this year. Dowling, Northwest, and of course Johnston. Those top three teams in 5A. Although Valley upset Northwest here, did that game earlier. Here comes Centennial, Perpich. We'll pull it out now. We'll have to run the offense. Up top, Beam. Drives in, gets it off, now knocked away by Utah. Adams. Out to Utah. She'll come across the middle. Here's Moon. Backs in, kicks out. Valley being very patient offensively. Shot clock at 15. Rose on the drive. Taking a long time. Shot clock now under 10. 6. 5. On the drive. Tosses it up. Probably waited a little too long. White, not quite the shot. She had to rush it just a little bit.
Right, that's probably who you want taking that, time crunch shot there. But some different decision making is probably needed for the Tigers here.
Michael gets it over left side to Perpich. Up top to Beam. Guarded by Moon. The shot clock now down to 10 for them. And Beam and one.
What a job to stick with the play there, even after the contact.
And we were racing up and down the floor, and now all of a sudden we're going down deep in the shot clock. And that foul against Moon. Free throw good.
How about a quick 7 for Beam? Like I said, they need a good game from her to fare well against the Tigers, and so far so good.
That puts them on top for the first time. Here's Moon down the lane, kicks it to Utah. She drives. Back out for three. A little too far to the left. You can kind of tell when she shot that. From our angle up here.
Just a little alligator arm on that one. Might have rushed it a little bit. Surprised at how open she was.
Beam on the drive against Moon. And Moon blocks it out of bounds. That's going to be a good matchup, Beam and Moon tonight. Moon has a little more size on her at 5'10", Beam at 5'9".
Really, there.
Moon has that long wingspan too.
Yeah, their primary defender. I kind of saw that assignment coming, and good choice thus far, that block.
You get it out deep, and the foul called. I go against White. Her first second-team foul. And now Centennial will inbound underneath. Beating will trigger it in. Goes out deep. And almost dribbled it off her foot there, so Valley comes up with a little pressure. And gets it to Beam, the junior. Looking for a screen. Perpich. Back to Beam. Inside cut, and Adams takes it away as the pass was beyond Hatfield. Moon spins, pivots. Utah back out. Valley getting a lot of movement offensively here, but Centennial staying with them. Now they double team down low, get it to White, and ripped away by Beating.
Well, the Jaguars doing a good job uninvolving White, as I mentioned before the game started. That's going to be a key to success.
Halfway through the first quarter now. 7-4, Centennial. Had a little scoring drought after a quick spurt by both teams here. Looking for somebody. Now 10 seconds on the shot clock. Picks up the dribble, gets it off. 5 seconds, and Avery Moon steals it. She's going to push the issue all the way down, up, and off. Just off, and rebounded by Centennial.
Moon is such a good passer. I would have liked to see her kind of kick that out like she's so good at.
Long three, rolls in and out. Rebound, fought for, pulled away Beam, up no good. Now back to Beam, and blocked, but foul will be called on Moon.
Well, they were really giving those rebounds away on that last possession there. You had 3 Tigers outside of the three-point line. Got to get in there and take it away.
They were looking, I think, to go on the break, but Beam will step to the line, hits that. She's got all their points here early. It's Beam 8, Valley 4 in early going. Into the lineup, Alana Newman, a 6-foot freshman for Centennial. Second free throw is good. 9 points, all 9 of Centennial's points now to Lizzie Beam. They trap up top, Rose, they steal it. Beam going the other way. Up and good. And Valley wants a timeout here to talk it over. And let's see. A 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. And Centennial's been, take a look here. This is the steal. They double team Rose up high. Valley's been getting caught a little bit in that corner, and that time they pick her pocket and go the other way, but Centennial, you can say their defense has been patient. They've been following all that motion of Valley and really been patient on defense.
Well, and Valley just looks a little unorganized right now, and part of that is because of that Centennial defense. How about Lizzie Beam turning defense into offense? She's already got more than she had against Dowling on Tuesday. She had 9 then and 11 now, and they're going to want to kind of uninvolve her, as I was talking about the other side, especially getting her out of the passing lanes and making smarter decisions with the basketball so she doesn't get those breaks.
Up top, White. She drives in and draws the foul. See if that goes against Hatfield. Yeah, I believe so.
Well, they've been having tremendous help with White driving to the basket. That's the 3rd time I've seen that, this time resulting in a foul, but knowing that she's definitely a threat on offense.
And White, she gets the bucket. She'll get one more here. That is just a second team foul on Centennial. Second free throw good. Lead down to 5. Now Valley going to, a little pressure, they back off, but now Adams comes up to double team, and Beam had to race across to beat the 10-second call and then knocked away. So Valley trying to turn the pressure up a little defensively.
Coach Uthoff, obviously a little discussion during that timeout about how to kind of stop Beam getting inside of the three-point line with that double team at half court there. Something a little different.
Make them take a little more time before they get into their offense. Hatfield flashes inside out deep for 3. Off, no good. Rebound on the other side, though. And I think we're going to get Uthoff. Yeah, Uthoff tried to body up there against Newman. Now we're in 4 team fouls here for Valley, so they're in danger going into the bonus with 2:16 left to play in the first quarter. Centennial inbounded under their own basket. Oh, they left her. She goes in, and beating with the play there. The defender dropped off her. She had her baseline. A little miscommunication defensively. Adams for 3. Good. So Adams answers.
I think they've taken the lid off both baskets now. We're talking about that scoring drought. It's over with.
Yeah, now they're back at it. Oh, down low, Beam wide open. Misses it. Now there's a scramble on the floor. Who has it? And a timeout called there as it was Tenley Uthoff who came in there.
Well, I think Beam was Moon's assignment again on that play, and she just kind of forgot about her, was looking elsewhere, and got it right under.
Well, let's take a look at this here. Yeah, see that they both went to double team, Rose and that, and there was a little. That was the easiest layup you're going to get, wide open down the baseline. So, I think when they brought in Tenley, I think people got a little switched up on their assignments.
I think so, and step one of that elementary, basketball defense is get a foot on that line, and neither girl was anywhere near the baseline, allowing Beating to just get right through, and she's going to take advantage of that every time. She scores tremendously off the bench and when she starts as well.
Yeah, you always take the ball, even if it's not your player, when you're playing that man-to-man, you always make sure the ball doesn't get to advance. Here's 3 by White. It's good, a long 3. Kylie White makes it a 1-point ball game here now.
Boy, as she grown since she was a freshman, especially offensively. I mean, she was good when she came in, but has only gotten better these last couple of years.
Over on the left side, Centennial now. Lead cut down to 1. Now take it away, Utah. All the way down, passes off to Adams, but defense gets back. White feeling it, now drives in, stops, puts it up, and draws the foul. Let's see who that's on. Let's see, Newman. Did he say 3? Yeah, Elena Newman. And now we're tied. First tie since back at 2. And White hits another one. She's got 9 points already here. 9 of the 14 for Valley, and Valley takes the lead back by 1.
And that's been all the difference. Like I said, uninvolve her. Well, as soon as she got the ball in her hands more often, got to the lane, it's a whole different ballgame.
Perpich guarded there by Tenley Uthoff, the freshman. Up top with it. Down the lane looking for somewhere. Perpich to go with it. Beam comes in. 10 seconds. Long 3. Good! Perpich from deep.
A way to stay patient on that offensive possession.
And yeah, the shot clock was running down. Now back in is Hatfield. She'll replace Newman, who came in, giving her a little rest. So Valley down by 2, 10.5 seconds on the shot clock, so plenty of time to get it in. Adams, quick three from the top of the key, no good. Rebound, Centennial, they'll push it up the floor, and he didn't get it off, I don't think so. Well, he had his hand up. I didn't think she got it off, but either way, 16-14, Centennial leads after one here. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Start the second quarter, Centennial with the ball and a 2-point lead here. Down on the block, and they'll kick it back out for three. Good! From the outside, Lydia Michael gets her first points here. And lead up to 5 now for Centennial, their biggest lead of the game thus far. Here's White from top of the key, off no good. Rebound pulled down by Perpich. So Centennial giving up just one shot right now. Inside again. Turn and good. Little scoop by Beating.
She's working really well underneath the basket today.
They're getting the good inside-outside. They're posting up in and then kicking it back out. Rose for three, off no good. Rebound. 3 straight rebounds and scores by Centennial. They come back down the other way now. Off the miss. Beam with it. Lizzie Beam. Guarded by Rose. On the drive, Perpich gets blocked by White. Stop and the steal by, here's White, and misses it badly.
She's just not looking like herself totally. I mean, she's top 5 in the conference in three-pointers made, and I think she's like 1 of 5 right now, 1 of 6, so just a little cold today.
And you can't say it's the floor because it's your own floor. You're used to that open end there, but yeah, sometimes that happens. You put one up and it's like, whoa, what the heck?
Well, it's not like that one was contested either.
No, yeah, she had a good open look. Here's Centennial now. Perpich with it, looks to the cutter down inside. Beating. They rotate it over. Oh, 3 again is good. Wow. Perpich, I didn't know if that was, seemed like she was closely guarded, but it gets her second 3 in the lead up now.
The Jags needed a really good start to take care of business with Valley. They've done that, up 10.
10, and Moon gets the bucket, gives them their first point here of the second quarter. Avery Moon.
They just took a gamble on defense there, and she was able to clean it up. And again, she's not going to count herself out, sticking with the play to the very end.
Driving right, looking, and Moon strips it away. Who's going to get it? White comes away with it. Now Moon on the break, pushes it up ahead. And Tenley Udoff now back over to White. And coming in from behind, trying to steal it, is Centennial. Now the drive. Udoff drives and draws a foul. That'll go against Perpich, her first. Team's first. Tenley Udoff will go to the free throw line.
Well, Valley's been working with really smart transitions. I've noticed they kind of stop and hold out a little bit when they realize they don't have numbers, just like this last transition here.
Number 4, Lauren Kenny, and number 30, Naya Weger.
Lauren Kenny and Naya Weger coming in for Centennial. That free throw is high and off the iron for Penley Udoff, and 10-point lead down to 7 now for Centennial. Up top, almost thrown away, and heavy pressure by Utah, and that one, Moon forces a turnover.
She's really on that disruption path. You know, she gets right up in your face every time you have the basketball. As a high schooler, you know, that can be intimidating. She's one of the best at what she does defensively, and showing that here early on.
So Valley just under 5 to play first half, trying to move back in here on the drive, and that went a little wide. I don't know if Beating got a piece of that, and now they almost throw it away, and they do. So credit, Udoff was sticking with that defensively. And now she'll go out. Adams will come back in. And Bailey Udoff is in.
2 straight turnovers the last 2 possessions for the Jaguars. Wanted to take care of the ball a little bit better, especially as they're kind of getting that lead cut away a little bit.
Over to Moon, far side. Rotated around, look for Moon cutting, not there. Pull up. Good stop and go by Utah. Now Rose. He gets double teamed on the stop, and then the foul. A little. Oh, okay. I thought they might call the foul, but they called the travel there as Nia Weger was on her. So a lot of intensity out of both these teams defensively here.
Absolutely.
And there's a trap up high.
And you were saying, yeah, that trap there.
Timeout now by Centennial. Another 30-second timeout.
Yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing from both teams defensively here early on, Dar. I think, you know, they could get a little more organized offensively, but that's going to come with the territory. I have a feeling that was something but they both talked about coming into today, and it's working.
Yeah, and obviously we talked about 57-28 Valley winning that first game easily, but things have changed, and obviously Centennial's gotten better. They know a little bit better on how to handle Valley here, as you see Coach Harkin there in the huddle talking it over. Now there's Coach Udoff on the other side. He's always a little more animated with things and going here, but right now it's still, even with that 7-point lead for Centennial, still up in the air at this point in the first half, just about halfway through.
Well, and we're really looking at the supporting cast here. Moon for Valley, Beating for Centennial. You know, we're not talking about the best scores on either team because those are covered defensively for the most part. The scouting report was definitely read, and we're looking at who can come up big in that absence.
Avery Moon hasn't scored a while. There's a good inside look, up and good to Elena Newman.
That was pretty textbook there. Get it inside and beat the defender. That was a nice job.
There's a three, is good from the outside by Adams.
Well, Adams
second three.
Adams can get going quickly. She was 1 assist shy from a double-double in their game against Davenport North most recently.
Beam drives baseline, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes off to Centennial and then tied up. And the arrow is pointing, I think, Valley's way. Yep. Taylon White will come in, the freshman. A couple sets of sisters here.
And just as the other CIML teams thought they were rid of Tylee White's expertise, she has a sister come in and do the same thing.
And a little miscommunication there as Adams is going down baseline and she threw it out. Back in is Beating. Both teams going kind of deep on the bench tonight, aren't they?
Well, I think you have to, Dar. I think, again, as I mentioned, these first options getting work defensively, get some fresh legs in there and try something different that the other team hasn't seen yet.
Ricochet turnaround up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Bailey Udoff.
Now the fresh legs are in use with this transition here.
There's Adams. Rose, 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by Perpich. And she'll slow it up just a bit here. 6-point lead for Centennial on the ball. Up to Beating, to Beam. Coach Udoff pleading his case on what he thought was a foul down there, I think. Quick push up to Udoff. She kicks it out for 3. No. White underneath has it knocked away.
Well, that was a great kick.
Yeah.
That was a great kick out.
Yeah.
They just didn't fall. I mean, just a fantastic pass.
Boom, and then White knew it was probably going to come off on that other side, so she got over there.
And that's a veteran, getting in position there. You could just walk back thinking that's a made 3, but she gave him a second chance. Nice job.
And White down the lane. Here is Udoff for 3. Bailey Udoff, her first points of the night, cuts the lead down to 3.
Valley has success when they move the basketball. That ball is kind of going around the horn there the last few possessions. They need to move the ball to work on offense.
Now pressure. They just get it over in time, and there's a 3 the other way. Beating in the scramble makes them pay by hitting the 3, and then Valley gets called for stepping over the line. You don't see that happen very often, but
no, you don't. You can't do that right now. This is not a good moment to give up that momentum, especially in a place like that.
Had it down to 3. They give up almost a good defensive play to get the 10-second call, but they got it through, and now the ball back to Centennial. Perpich with it. And she dribbles into a double team but gets out of it somehow. And over to Beam. Tight defenses here. Beam now tries to drives through a little too much on the underhanded throw on the free throw. And they reset the shot clock, but I'm not so sure it hit iron on that.
I don't think it did either, and I don't know if the refs noticed.
Came off the glass, and I don't think they noticed it.
Good eye.
Yeah.
There they go.
Yeah. He's coming over and saying, hey, because there was no change of possession for Valley. I'm not sure what the clock was at that point either.
10-9 around there, but you're right, it did not hit the rim.
Because she did that scoop up high off the glass.
I think 10 would be a safe bet.
Yeah. Officials discussing it here.
Was a really good opportunity for Beam to get to the basket.
She cut through there and then
a little too strong.
Just a little too much, trying to bank it off the glass because didn't want to get it blocked. Now the officials here are trying to figure out what the shot clock should be. They're going to put it down to 22 here.
And that's interesting.
Yeah, and so a little bit of a win for Centennial as they get the ball back. Now inside cut, and there's a off-balance shot that goes from Michael. And it's 31-23. Down the lane, and a foul as White takes it in.
She had her sister wide open in the corner, but didn't get it to her.
But Lizzie Beam gets her first personal, second team foul with 55 seconds to play here. White misses that free throw. She had 9 points in the first quarter. Is yet to score here in the second. Rose comes back in. And White hits it. She's now 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Makes it a 7-point game here, so Valley really like to get a stop before the half. Beam drives in, drives right by Rose, and a little bump there. No foul call. There comes Utah back the other way. White drives right in, slips through the defense. I don't know how she got through there without traveling, but over to Utah. Pull up by Utah is good. Utah to Utah for the bucket.
Kind of a bailout there. I mean, Valley was never in set, kind of all unorganized, and they just left Utah wide open. Nobody
10
home.
seconds to play here. Inside. Now back to Beam. 4 seconds. 3. Beam drives and gets fouled. Oh, they bailed her out. That's where you just throw your arms up and stay out of the way.
And she's been strong on her last 2 finishes before that, too. You know, not shooting well in the second quarter. Take your chances, maybe. I don't know.
Rose gets her first personal. Fouled her with 1 second to go. And Beam misses. She had 11 in the first quarter, has not scored since. And now she does. So here we go, and it's going to be a 32-26 halftime score here as Centennial outscores them 16-12 in that second quarter. Halftime here, 31-26 Centennial over Valley. We'll take a break, come back and check out the first half scoring after this on CISN.TV.
It's the Start Something New sales event happening now at Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Knoxville, Iowa. Take up to $13,000 off new 2026 Ram 1500s with Conquest Cash or 0% for 60 months. 2025 Ram Heavy Duties, over $12,000 off MSRP on select units. And on all new Rams, receive best-in-class 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And 2025 Wranglers, up to $10,000 off with Stellantis loyalty. Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Knoxville, Iowa.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe a neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
We are back at halftime at Valley High School. Dar Danielson, Schaefer Landed with you. And as you see there, Centennial leading Valley. Let's run down the first half scoring. Lizzie Beam had 11 points for Centennial in the first quarter. Had a free throw in the second for 12 to lead them and lead all scorers, I guess. Then 2 threes for 6 for Faith Perpich, 7 for Ryland Beating, 2 for Alana Newman, and then 5 for Lydia Michael for Ankeny Centennial. For the Tigers, Tylee White, their leading scorer, had 10. 9 of those coming in the second quarter. 9 coming in the first quarter, excuse me. 6 for Olivia Adams on 2 threes. 3 for Bailey Utah, 2 for Carrie Rose, 3 for Tenley Utah, and 2 for Avery Moon. So 2 leading scorers were hot in that first quarter, 11 for Beam, 9 for White, and then they each only got a free throw in the second quarter, but you talked about it. They had some of the other players step up a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a game of adjustments, and we saw defensively both teams adjust on the leading scorers and the leading scorers for the season, too. So we knew they were going to be hot coming in. But you're right. The supporting cast, I think, has been the difference, and we've seen a little bit more for Centennial as we see them working the pace here.
Yeah, kick out there. They got the inside out and got a few threes. 4 threes for Centennial, 4 of 5 free throws, 5 threes for Valley, 6 of 8 free throws here. Only person, Avery Moon has 2 fouls, but she's the only one really in any kind of, I don't know if you call it foul trouble, but just 2 fouls there. So they came out smoking both back and forth up and down the floor, and then they had a cold spell, and then they got going again. And let's see, for Centennial, they're average about 47.5 points. Valley's almost 62. So Centennial a little ahead of their scoring average, Valley a little behind right now.
Yeah, I think Valley's just looking for that second option right now with White kind of being stunted. I think Olivia Adams is your best bet today with 6. And, like I said, she was near a double-double last time out. But Ankeny Centennial is just getting more firepower from other spots other than Beam, and that's what's been the success thus far. Only a 6-point lead, but getting something from their other scorers has really been the story. Valley's still trying to look for somebody else to come up big aside from White, who's being handled right now on defense.
Yeah, and Jags defensively have been kind of staying back a little bit, letting all that high motion go, and I think they're going to be content to let Valley shoot the 3 a little more rather than have them drive to the bucket.
They haven't been good from 3-point range, especially like I said, White was maybe 1 for 6, 1 for 5. Some of the other areas too. Yeah, their outside shooting hasn't been great. That's a lower percentage shot, so you're okay with giving that up, especially if they're not on, and today I don't think they are. It's a little cold in here.
All right, the pep band playing here tonight. And I had to look. I looked down the I thought they were on the end, but no, they're up on the side over there. So we're going to take a break. We'll do that. We'll be back with more here from Valley High School on CISN.TV.
It's the Start Something New sales event happening now at DeYarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ames, Iowa. Take up to $13,000 off new 2026 Ram 1500s with Conquest Cash or 0% for 60 months. 2025 Ram Heavy Duties, over $12,000 off MSRP on select units. And on all new Rams, receive best-in-class 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And 2025 Wranglers, up to $10,000 off with Stellantis loyalty. DeYarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Ames, Iowa.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, Rely on the Tornado UTV hopper spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Here, halftime buzzer goes off and about ready to start the second half here. Valley trailing at home against Centennial, 32-26. Gar Danielson, Schaefer landed. And of course, you say this, both teams, they want to get off to a good start in the second half. And of course, Valley will be on defense to start, but we'll be interested to see what adjustments they made in halftime locker room here.
Hey, you talk about the middle eight a lot in football. I think it works in basketball too, and right now I don't think the middle eight is in anybody's favor as we played half of it.
Poked away by White. Defensive turnover on the first possession for Valley. Adams with it up top. Gets it over to Utah. Utah tries to step through and has it knocked away. Trying to go the other way. The beating, but then they're calling a carry or
over and back.
Over and back.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, I just don't think either team is 100% focused. We've seen a few silly mistakes. We've seen a few lapses on either side of the ball. I just think they're both a little out of whack.
There's an over into the corner for three off, no good, and a rebound comes down to Michael. Well, for Valley, you might have come out thinking, hey, man, we beat them easily in that first ball game. But again, you got to realize when you're getting toward the end of the season, everything changes with the experience here. Up top, Perpich for the Jags. Looking inside, and I think that was deflected by White. Or did she get a hand on it? I don't know if she did, and it went off the Jaguars, but either way, they're going to give it to Valley.
I think she did get a hand on it, but it was touched by the Jaguars last. Lucky break there for the Tigers.
So Valley gets it back now. Neither team scored yet here to start the second. Adams up top. White will come up. Now she faked that pass, and then we're going to get the foul called. Ryland beating. There. That was a little nifty move by Moon to draw the foul. Now they double team, knock it away. Rose to Adams. Oh, they had Moon far side wanting the ball, but didn't see it.
That'd be a risky pass out there.
Yeah, it skipped maybe if the defense can get there. Udoff drives in the middle. Moon now drives, puts it up, gets around her defender, Avery Moon.
I think we picked a good player to watch. Moon, if she can get going, Valley will have a chance. Again, we talked about second options. Yeah. She's so good when she's on.
Just her 4th point. She had 1 bucket in the second. Now wide open under the basket and gets fouled is Beam as Rose picked her up late.
She made the body language like she thought she was straight up, but she was not. That was a good call.
So Beam to the line where she was 4 or 5. The only Jaguar to shoot free throws in that first half. She hits that one. Gives her 13 points. She had 11 in the first, 1 of 2 free throws for 12 at the half, and now hits it again to make it 14. She averages, I believe, 16 and a half. So right along her average right now. Shot up no good. Rebounded, though, by White. Moon drives. Almost had it stolen.
Yeah, you need a chest pass there.
Rose drives in and draws the foul. See if that's Beam. Yes, it is.
Well, good job by White on the offensive glass there. You know, we talk a lot about her offense, but she also leads the team in rebounds, too. She's a good size forward and can get on the glass. She's a very aggressive player, and that's just an example of that right there.
Rose goes to the free throw line. And pops that one. She's now 3 of 3 from the line for 3 points. Shooting 64% on the season. And the second one rattles off, but White is right there to get the rebound. Poked away, but it's going to stay with Moon, and since it was touched, they can go to the backcourt. As Beating almost got that away. Far side, 3, way off. Step back 3, White, no good. And then a tie-up, which will stay with Valley. We mentioned it earlier that 3-point shots just not falling at a brisk clip here tonight for Valley.
Well, I think on that possession they were settling for those threes. They weren't great shots.
You're right.
It might be time to start going with something else here. I don't think it's going to be a perimeter shooting night. It's too late.
Either that or drive and kick. That always seems to get you going, but
I like to see that from Moon a little bit.
Don't take the 3 as your first option. And I know there's anxiousness to get back in the game. Here's Moon down the lane, runner. There you go. Avery Moon with her second bucket here in the quarter has 6 overall, and we're down to a 3-point lead now for Centennial. It was 6 at the half. They've led by as much as 10 in the ball game. Now Valley double teams down low, gets it out for 3, rattles around and out. Rebound comes away though to Beam. Beam drives, throws it up, looking for the foul, gets it back, puts it up, gets the hanger on the rim. Wow, she does not give up.
No, she doesn't, and really tough for Valley to give up third chance points there. I mean,
30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Let's see if we got a replay of that. Anyway, she battles when she gets, especially under the basket down there.
Offensive rebounds are okay once or twice, it happens, but 3 times, no Tiger really got in there to break anything up that was any taller than a guard. They need some help down low, especially with somebody like Beam, and just good aggression there to keep them kind of at arm's length. It's looking like Centennial won the middle 8 for today, like I was talking about earlier.
It's Beam up to 15. She's averaging 16 and a half. So odds are she's going to get her average and maybe a little more than that. And the lead back up to 5 here for Centennial. Valley's not led since early on in the first quarter. There was a steal by Hatfield. Beam looking, lobs it in, good pass, and the back cut there, sealed off the defender and went with it. Now, back the way, it popped out. Utah comes up with it, over to White. 3-pointer, no good by Kenley Udoff, and there's a foul underneath.
Again, they're still double teaming White, making it difficult on her and really not even allowing her to get the basketball at times too, and Valley's still trying to force it into her hands.
Second on beating, third team foul now with 3:40 to play. Moon inside, fakes and has it stripped away by Beam.
3 straight turnovers for the Tigers.
Valley just being a little sloppy right now with the ball. And they've had plenty of chances as they get it defensively right back. Tenley Udall, but Centennial's taken away on the other end. Kick out for 3. No good. And a foul underneath. I think on Hatfield.
That's what I thought.
Yep, Hatfield. Had to see if he said 34 or 24. He said 34. So now the 4th team foul on Centennial. Beam will come out for a rest. Valley with it under the basket again. White loses the handle on it. And then that was kind of intentional. She stopped. It couldn't stop her momentum there.
And she's visibly frustrated. 4 straight turnovers for the Tigers. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a timeout coming soon. They're just, unorganized and not taking care of the basketball. And now you want to take advantage of Beam being on the bench, but it's Jaguar ball.
And now they try to trap up top. Get it away, though. Kenny in there over to Perpich. Newman also in there. And there's Hatfield. Perpich drive, step through, up, no good. Rebound, pulled down. Udall looks up the floor, finds White. White takes it in and gets the layup. Kylie White, her first bucket of the second half, has 12 now, and it's back to a 5-point ball game here.
Well, it might be good for her to kind of get the lid off of the basket now. And
now taken away again by Valley. Over to Moon, and just too much rolls off. Just a bit too much English on it. Valley certainly had their chances, but haven't been able to cash in offensively. 38-33, 5-point lead. Centennial with the ball. Working a little clock now. Perpich. 10 on the shot. 6, 5, 4, long 3. Off the front iron. Rebounded by White. She looks up the floor, nobody there. All she sees are black shirts. She'll stop and go and try to get through and gets fouled. I think she was going to travel at the end. The fouled her there.
Well, and coming up the court, Dara, I really thought she had a transition. She had 3 teammates on the other side of the court, and she took it right at a double team. I think you might have had a transition bucket if you could have got it across the court.
To the free throw line, hits it.
Lucky for her, she's a reliable free throw shooter.
So, yeah, and now it's the double bonus for their final 137 here. Centennial has 5 fouls. Ooh, and there's the jinx. You said, it's her second free throw miss.
Yeah, I'll take responsibility for that one.
6 of 8 on the night. And there's trap up top, and nope. Well, thought it was a turnover, and it is going to be a turnover as White pushes it off of beating. Valley within 4. They've been getting close, haven't been able to push over the edge or even tie it yet here.
Well, it'd be really nice for them to go into the third quarter break just down 1 possession. I think this is a big offensive possession for the Tigers right here. They'd love a bucket.
Well, there's time for a couple possessions for both, depending on how it works. Udall gets it off to Adams. Over to Tenley Udall. Adams, 15 on the shot. Now White with it. 9 on the shot clock. 6. Over to Adams, looks at the open 3. High bouncer, didn't go. And a collision. And they're going to call the foul. No, they didn't call a foul. I thought they would, but they're going to say no. Tenley Udall came in and collided with Hatfield, and the Centennial fans aren't happy about it, but look like it was just body to body, I guess, going for the rebound. So about a 10-second difference shot and game, and now There's the foul coming back the other way.
It might be them giving one back there.
I wasn't going to say that, a makeup, but Rose picks up her third.
You never want to insinuate something like that, but they're a thing. They exist.
They have her for 2, but let's see here. I thought it was 3, but anyway, Centennial's ball now that goes out of bounds. So 3-second differential between the shot and the game. So plenty of time for Centennial to work for a good shot here and run the clock down.
I think they should.
Oh, and they get it out. And then over and back. I thought she tapped it, didn't she?
I don't know
well,
why she
I think what happened, they said she came back with possession and dribbled back, which I think is right.
Centennial parents don't agree. I could understand why, but I think you might be right, Dar.
Because I think it was tapped on this side. She gained possession here, but dribbled back over the line. So now a chance for Valley. White tries driving baseline, backs up. Great defense by Hatfield down there. 10 seconds. Adams. 5 seconds. Utah for 3. No. 38-34. We'll go to the fourth quarter. Centennial hanging on to a 4-point lead here on CISN.TV.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Sing along, everybody. Dar Danielson here. Schaefer landed as we go to the fourth quarter. The Jags hanging on the 38-34 lead. And they will get the ball to start the fourth quarter. Schaefer talked about it. Valley has had a lot of turnovers, but they haven't turned them into points on the offensive end.
No, they haven't. And, I was really impressed with the Centennial defense down the stretch in that last quarter, and I thought they did a good job holding them to 2 possessions, and they have the momentum on both sides right now, as you see Valley getting one back.
So right again, they did that at the start of the third quarter. They do it here again. Let's see if they can cash it in now and get some points out of it.
Yep, I'd like to see Adams or Moon really take initiative. They're face guarding and double teaming White. I don't know if we're going to see much more from her offensively.
3 from White.
That didn't age well, but
on cue.
Yeah.
16 now for White. And now pressure. They're going to 10. That is 10, yeah. The ball was in the air, but it wasn't in possession. So they get the 10-second call.
Well, the momentum's been with whoever's been playing the best defense. Whoever plays the best defense in this fourth quarter, I think, is going to win this basketball game.
Yeah, the defense has been pretty good. The offense, both teams have suffered a little bit at times, gone into some droughts offensively. Here's White with it for Valley. Oh, look to go inside the Moon, but right into the hands of Beating. Now there's pressure again in the backcourt. They get it across. Over to Perpich. Outside for 3. No good. Rattles around. Comes away into the hands of Udall. The youngest Udall. Now here's Adams. Valley trying to tie it or take the lead here. Well, they take the lead on a 2. Couple extra steps there. But It works out as Centennial gets the ball. Now they try to break the press, and they almost have it stolen by White, but it goes out of bounds.
Well, she was a little slow getting going. She's met her season average now, 13 points before the quarter break. So she's come alive a little bit here, playing good defense as well.
Now, here's Beam. Beam drives and drew the foul from Moon, who stayed with her and ended up getting the foul. Beam is just a smart player when it comes to that. She'll go to the line here.
She handles the ball very, very well for a typical post player we saw there.
Gets the free throw, gives her 16. So she gets a half a point here. She'll tie her average. And I jinxed her.
Yeah, we've been full of those today.
Here comes Moon down the lane. Runner is too high. Beam with the rebound. Now pressure. Now they tried the baseball pass. Save. Great play on the no. It was almost a Utah to Utah save, but they say that Bailey, the junior, tiptoed the line as she tried to get it back to her sister, the freshman.
Well, they always say never save the ball under the other team's basket. They almost got away with it there, but I guess she stepped on the line.
Well, don't save it back when there's a lot of players in there. Here's Beam, a runner, scoop shot is good. Lizzie Beam, now she's over her average at 18. And the Jags lead back up to 4. Valley just cannot crack it back into the lead here. Tenley, Utah. To Adams, 15 on the shot clock. Bailey, Utah drives baseline and gets it knocked away. Centennial fans dearly wanted a charge, but no call. Here's Rose, going to give Avery Moon a break. Good crowd here tonight, but man, you want to get in somewhere warm. And they glob it out. 8 seconds on the shot clock. White with it. Rose is going to have to drive with 2. Puts it up. And it goes out of bounds. Thought it was blocked out of bounds, but they say no. And again, Centennial defense clamps down.
Well, again, I talked about concentration earlier. Valley's getting to the basket and just not finishing.
And they're getting turnovers, too, to get down there. Yeah. But again, you're right. They're just not finishing it up. They rotate it over to Hatfield. Back up top now. Beam. Beam gets through the double team. Good pass underneath. Bucket up and good by Beating.
That was a good help from Utah, but just too late. Yeah, nobody home. Got to stay with her.
Lead up to 6 here. Taken away, knocked away. No, is it? Yep, it is. Hatfield. Centennial just a step quicker now on defense and taking advantage of the Valley woes offensively.
I think they've just been the more aggressive team, especially here in the second half. Getting to the basket more often, too.
Wanting to get the split after getting kind of embarrassed in that first matchup here with Valley. Step over, 3 off the iron, no good. Rebound comes off to White. She'll take it herself, spins in the lane and has it ripped away. Oh, had 2 Jags with their hands up. They get it in there to Beating. Lead up to 8. Valley wants a timeout. Full timeout. We'll take a break here on CISN.TV.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
There's the Valley huddle. Coach Uthoff trying to talk the team up, figure out a way to score when they get the ball. They've had a lot of turnovers on defense, and Schaefer landed just unable to turn them into points.
Yeah, Dar, I think Coach Uthoff has a reason to be a little fiery, a little upset. You said a lot of turnovers, and then Valley squandering points at the rim, too. I mean, that's not a way you're going to win in the CIML, and Ankeny's just, as I said, Ankeny Centennial, the more aggressive team. They're working better on defense, and yeah, it's almost too little too late here. They're going to need something, and something quick.
Well, you got a little time, almost 4.5 minutes, but you got to start, I won't say points on every possession, but you got to start hitting some more of those. And Centennial, Coach Harkin just saying, hey, keep playing that defense. Keep the doubt in their minds of whether or not they can score. Back cut there by White. Now Adams comes down the lane, tries to get it up, and they're going to call the foul.
Now here's your start.
Centennial fans doing the wheel motion here. They thought it was a travel. Adams to the line. Hits that one. She's had 2 threes tonight for 6 points. One in the first, one in the second, and that's her first point since then. Second free throw rattles around, no good. Rebound comes down to Hatfield. Almost taken away by Kendley Uthoff. And here's Centennial. They can afford to be a little choosy here. Over on the wing. Beating. Now down, and Beam gets it knocked away by Bailey Uthoff.
Great help by Uthoff there. I mean, right in position, right on time.
Oh, knocked away by White. First I thought it hit the back of the backboard, but it was just White going up and getting it. Here's Adams. White for 3, a long one short. And there again, maybe take a step in and shoot it, or.
Yeah, just trying to will some points on the board that possession. And sometimes it works, but not that one.
7-point lead for Centennial. They're trying to get the split on the season here now. After losing 57-28 in their first matchup. And White comes out with a hard bump. They go inside, reading up and good. She's got 6 in the fourth quarter here. Extends the lead to 9. Tigers got to start scoring sometime quick here. Rose for 3, and she's had a few of those tonight. She's just not been able to zero in as normal.
Well, I think that's what you get with this Valley team who's typically on from three-point range. Well, you don't want that to be the only part of your offensive game. That's been what I've seen most tonight, and they've really needed some other sort of production, and they haven't gotten it.
Avery Moon back in. She goes one-on-one with Perpich. Now they get it into the front court, knocked away by White. And Valley's press is they've not been able to get that press going here like they had in the earlier quarters either.
Well, I think Centennial's done a good job of breaking that press, too. They've had the right moves.
Getting it up the floor quicker now.
It's at times been 3-on-1 breaks right in front of the basket because Valley didn't get back.
Beam up top, looking for a screen. Rose flips through it. She'll pull it back. 10 on the shot clock. And at this point, there's a drive. Beam throws it up. Oh my gosh. It just hung on the back of the rim there. I thought it was going to roll back in. That's as close as you can get to a bucket and not get it almost, other than the swirly that goes down and out. Here's Valley.
Looked like it could have sat up there all night.
Yeah, I almost thought it was going to stop. Valley's got to score now. Moon, crossover, down the lane, and she'll draw the foul. and they don't mind scoring that way with the clock stop.
That foul making Centennial's number 10, Riley Beating, her
Third on Beating, second team foul, so Centennial's got 3 fouls to give before they're in trouble there. White off, no good. Utah battling underneath, and that goes off of Perpich out of bounds.
Well, being gifted chances now at this point.
Yeah. Well, Utah fought hard for that, but points is what they need, points. And Moon tried to throw it up and draw the foul, but nothing doing. And Valley's only got 1 team foul, so they'd have several fouls to give too before they get Centennial to the line. And there's a foul against Adams. First on Adams, second team foul. So all the numbers right now against Valley at this point, down 9. They have 3 fouls to give before they can even get Centennial to the line. And I hate to say it, but I think their shooting percentage has been as cold as it is outside here in the second half.
Well, they haven't really been doing themselves any favors offensively either.
Fourth on Rose, third team foul. So Rose can't foul now. She'll be done. And now there's a quick foul on White, which is her third. So next one they'll be shooting. And here's where that change in the free throws comes in too. You get automatic double bonus. White will come over, foul right away. So that's her fourth. Official saying, okay, girls, easy does it.
Getting a little testy there.
Perpich got a little upset with the foul there.
So White was trying to plead her case.
Or was it? No, that was Beating.
White was trying to plead her case to the referee that she kind of got bumped back a little bit.
Yeah. Beating to the line, hits that one. That gives her 9 points here in the fourth quarter to go with the 9 she had through the first 3. Oh, excuse me, 8 points here in the fourth quarter. 18 on the game.
She had 10 off the bench against Dowling on Tuesday, so maybe earning that starting spot. And yeah, she's been really good today offensively. They've really needed her, and she came through.
3, no good by Valley. Under a minute to play. And Moon with the foul. That'll be her fourth, I believe. A lot of frustration for Valley, and going to be a lot of happy Jags tonight as they come back in here and are on the verge of getting the second matchup.
Yeah, I think they're going to be really happy with that split. I think that's a tough battle to come into West Des Moines and beat Valley, and they just kind of showed up to play and play aggressive, and it worked out for them, for sure.
Perpich misses the first free throw. She's got 6 on the night, hasn't scored in the second half until that one, and puts up an even 50. Makes it a 12-point lead for Centennial. Moon tried to go underneath, and that's the story here of the second half for Valley. Beam with it. Now they get it into the front court. I don't know if they'll even pull back if they even foul now, because you got a dozen points to make up. And Centennial's going to be able to dribble it out here.
Yep, just got to play keep away for 10 more seconds here with the shot clock.
Except Perpich, she's like me. I'm late in the game. I'm going to put it up. I don't care. Here comes Valley back the other way. Long shot, no good. Rebound to Centennial. The clock will wind down. The Jags come in and upset Valley 50-38 here. And Well, big win. They just shut Valley out offensively. Valley had some chances, Schaefer, but Centennial didn't let him get anything going offensively.
Yeah, I think Centennial found the aggression, and I really don't think Valley did themselves much favors. I don't imagine that that's going to be a very pleasant practice to be at when they return. You got Urbandale next up, but yeah, good job by the Jaguars to really not start out great, but find that aggression later on and take it to them, and they definitely earned the win, I would say, for sure.
So let me see if I can get the scoring here on the fly for you unofficially. 18 for beating for Centennial, 15 for Beam, 5 for Michael, 2 for Newman, 7 for Perpich. And for Valley, 16 for White, 7 for Adams, 6 for Moon, 3 for Kenley Udoff, 3 for Kerry Rose, 3 for Bailey Udoff here. It was 16-14 Centennial after 32-26 at the half, 38-34 at the third quarter, and then they pulled away for the 12-point win in the end of the fourth quarter, 50-38. So Valley falls to 9-7, while Centennial moves to 7-9 on the season. We'll take a little bit of break here. We'll be back. We'll have the boys game coming up in the second half of our doubleheader after this on CISN.TV.
Welcome back in here live on the Central Iowa Sports Network. We're live from Cold Iron Fieldhouse here in West Des Moines, Iowa, as the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars have traveled to take on the Valley Tigers. The girls winning the first of two. We've got our nightcap coming up here with the guys. I'm Schaefer Landit alongside Dar Danielson here. And Dar, it's no secret that these Valley Tigers 0-13 are having a year to maybe forget, some growing pains. But the Centennial Jaguars 4-10. These are two teams that want to get out of the bottom of the CIML. And Coach Windhorse is here in the building, but not coaching. It is these new age Tigers who are looking for their first win still. I never thought I'd say it.
Yeah, they honored the 2016 team. That was 10 years ago. And then, of course, the last three here. But both these teams need wins in a bad way. Probably Valley a little more than Centennial. They have 4 wins, but Valley is trying to not go over the season, and we we've gone over and over what happened with, all the players that graduated and left after the 3 straight state championships. And, Valley has some good athletes, and they just have not had enough to put it all together. The Jaguars do too, and, Valley, you got to look over, okay, 4-10, maybe this is where we steal one, but again, it's not easy. It hasn't been easy for them all season long to put together a complete game. That's been their issue.
Well, to put together a complete game, you're going to need a little bit from your supporting cast. We kind of know the leading scorers for either team, but we've got a couple other guys here for our players to watch. We'll take a look at Valley's first. Eddie Heibels, 5.9 points per game, a team high in rebounds, shooting pretty well from the floor. He's coming off of a 15-point performance against Dowling on Tuesday when they lost. Maybe go to him again, see if he can have another good night out. They play well when he plays well. That's Heibels doing a good job down the stretch this season. And for Ankeny Centennial on the other side, we're looking for somebody rather new. Luke Mitchell is who we've got. And Mitchell, again, not the team's scoring leader, but rebounding leader at 5.8. 10.4 is not bad for your second option. Again, another good spot from the floor. Field goal percentage there. And then
and he's just a junior, so he's going to be coming back, too. So, and I think that's the thing for both these teams is, record-wise, you're not where you want to be, and you want to build, though, for the future. And then, whether it's girls or boys, the CIML is not an easy league to try to come back in one way or the other.
And, Valley's disadvantage, they haven't played a basketball game in 10 days. Winless and then over a week off of basketball. Might be a little rusty tonight. We'll see. We'll take a break here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. We'll be right back with CIML boys basketball right after this.
It's the Start Something New sales event happening now at Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ames, Iowa. Take up to $13,000 off new 2026 Ram 1500s with Conquest Cash or 0% for 60 months. 2025 Ram Heavy Duties, over $12,000 off MSRP on select units. And on all new Rams, receive best-in-class 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And 2025 Wranglers, up to $10,000 off with Stellantis loyalty. Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Ames, Iowa.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Again, we have CIML basketball. Jaguars versus Tigers. We'll take it to our public address announcer for the starting lineups.
Number 5, Drew Hansen. Number 13, Keaton Kasperbauer. Number 14, Luke Mitchell. Number 15, Colby Beshin. And number 22, Hunter Runchi. Jaguar head coach Dave Runchy, Luke Donato, Matt Klinger, and Bob. And now, the starting lineup for your Valley Tigers. Number 10, Keith Jorgensen. Number 12, Jacob Ankeny. Number 15, Colton Remick. Number 40, Eddie Heigl. And number 42, TJ Williams. Tigers are led by head coach Brian Rickey. The assistant coaches are Tyler Anderson, Josh Fry, and Evan Pierce.
Here's starting lineups for the Jaguars and the Tigers. Again, Central Iowa Sports Network. Friday night basketball. I'm Schaefer Landon. He's Dar Danielson. These two teams sitting towards the bottom of the CIML. Valley still hoping for their first win of the season. Of course, the defending state champions of 4A.
Times three.
Yeah.
Well, and their thing for them is consistency. They've had some games where they've played really well, been in it, and then they haven't been consistent, and they have a bad quarter where you come out and you score 2 or 4 points, 6 points, and you got to be consistent throughout.
Look at this, our two players to watch. Mitchell and Heibels at the jump. Big men of either team. Look for them to be all over the glass tonight. And the Tigers will take care of it. Valley hoping to avoid the sweep. Of course, the girls losing in game number 1. And in the corner, here's out for Attaway up top. Good switch by the Jaguars. Jorgensen back to Attaway. Attaway will take it into the lane. Off the glass, a high arcing shot with a teardrop floater. Attaway gets us going here this evening.
Good drive and floated it high.
Nice work off the glass. The Tigers are up. Here's Mitchell coming off of 15 against Dowling, as I mentioned. Casper Bauer. Knotted up here at 2.
Yeah, good runner.
Back for Attaway. Attaway, the 6-foot junior, handling most of the facilitating for the Tigers. TJ Williams now up top. Tried to feed Attaway off the ground down low, and he'll be the last one to touch it, and a turnover for the Tigers. Their first of the ball game. Centennial with it. Again, Casper Bauer with the basketball. Their only points thus far. He works out. Now up top for Beshin. In the lane is Mitchell. No good, but he gets some contact. Go to the line for 2. And they'll get Colton Remick, his first, team's first. Put Mitchell at the line.
Yeah, the attack. That was good inside.
Misses his first. He's a very efficient shooter. Team high 57 from the field, 45 from 3, both team highs, but Runchy's the better free throw shooter of the two.
Yeah, shoots about 63%, and he misses both there.
So that'll leave us knotted at 2 as we've past a minute and a half of basketball here on a Friday night in West Des Moines.
I don't expect this to be a high-scoring barn burner, and
well, that was Jorgensen trying to feed Heibels, but a little too tall for the 6'5" senior, goes out of bounds. 2 early turnovers for Valley. Centennial working a circular offense here. Beshin out for Runchy, the team's leader in scoring. Works on the right block, and a nice little floater again. 3 floaters to start tonight, 4-2 Jaguars.
Yeah, got that high off the glass against the defender. Both teams playing pretty good man-to-man defense here, but
nice little pick and roll for Hybels, who met a double team and some late contact there, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, good, nice little pocket pass into him.
Casper Bauer charged with the shooting foul. Hybels is the Tigers' leader in field goal percentage, as we mentioned in pregame, 52% from the floor.
71 from the free throw line. So he's...
And coming off of a great game, 14 against Dowling, but that was 10 days ago. It's been a while since these boys have played a basketball game.
Yeah, last Friday, the cold kind of canceled everything, and cold potential snow.
Hybels perfect from the line that time out. We're not back up at 4.
Had a little snow coming in tonight, but not the heavy stuff they were talking about last week.
Yeah, thankful it didn't stick. That 3 didn't stick from Runchie. Tigers take it away. Into the lane, a little short on the layup was Jorgensen. And out a transition 3 goes that time for Hunter Runchie. Puts up 11 a game. He's got 5, and the Jaguars have the lead again.
There's a lot of Runchies on the coaching staff. The sister who played was on the girls' staff.
Here comes Mitchell. We'll meet some defense there. A nice stop from Attaway, getting dirty. Still up for grabs, and we'll have a tie-up on the ground, a jump ball. Possession arrow points to Centennial. A good job by Attaway to get back on defense there.
Yeah, and I don't know who got the worst of that when they both came down on each other on that one, but
Centennial sticking with the possession here after the tie-up. Working down low. Beshin out for Runchie. Works left, and a foul before the shot. That'll be on Jorgensen.
Well, that's the key. Move your feet, keep your hands in. Don't. They reached after the guy. The offensive man was by them, and that's where you get the foul every time.
So another inbound for Centennial. We'll have a whistle again. And on Valley as the Jaguars are clapping. I'm not exactly sure what I think he might have just reached across. Jorgensen there. So we'll try this again.
Yeah, because if you reach across and touch the ball, that's a tee, but he must have just reached.
Tried to at least.
Yeah.
Mitchell inside, no good. Rebound Attaway. Tigers will work quickly back up the other end of the floor. Nice bounce pass to Hybels. Met some contact, no whistle. Rebound Centennial, and Coach Ricky is in disbelief.
Well, Mitchell did a good job to run the floor and get back on defense there.
Almost thrown out, and they will say he stepped on the line. Another turnover this time for the Jaguars. We'll have our first substitution of the ball game, Sam Strawn. He's their best three-point shooter, 34% from 3. It's not great. This team isn't great from 3, but good to have some shooting on the floor. And then Brody Prill for the Jaguars checks in.
Yeah, and Valley, the games I've seen him, he'll go pretty deep, just trying to find the right combination here to get it going. And finding that combination has been a little difficult this season, but
we knew that. It's experimenting mode with this new team here. Stop and pop free throw line jumpers, no good for Jorgensen, who's having a tough first quarter.
Hanson with a good rebound.
Drew Hanson, the Jaguars' most used player. He plays the most minutes. And a foul on
Strawn. He just about got it for reaching in earlier, and then he bodied him as he went down the lane. And
Jack Gale checks in for the Tigers.
Yeah, for Remick.
Remick takes a seat, as Dar said, and Prill will inbound after he was the one that got fouled and taken away. Nice job by Gale right off the bench to get a stop there. And here comes Strawn, now out for Attaway. Back to Strawn, works inside, spins around. Taken away again. We'll have our second tie-up, and possession arrow will point to Valley. We talked about kind of trying to find those offensive systems.
Get in the rhythm, which they haven't. Now, Attaway's been a guy who's been able to kind of facilitate that a little bit this season, but just
that pass a little away from Attaway, so the Jaguars will take it away. And taking the bump is Runchy, and he'll go to the line. I was going to say, they certainly have found their point guard, I think, in Attaway.
Yeah.
They can rest assured that they have their facilitator. But
now they're already up to 4 team fouls here as, still 3:11 to go in the quarter.
Runchy will be at the line, 98% on the season, and that'll drop him down a little bit. Will Perpich checks in for Centennial, and for Tigers, Jack Tracy. Still 3 minutes left to go here in the first. Runchy will try it again. And he'll get 1 to go there. Give him 6 points on the evening. And puts up about 11 a night. Tigers just trying to find a window, and they're going to say that Sam Strawn traveled as he went to pick up the basketball, and another turnover for Valley.
He was looking for the foul, but he kind of reacted to the player coming in, and he didn't really get hit, but he moved the pivot foot, and so ended up with the turnover. Here's where Valley get into trouble. They need to get a stop. I mean, it's early, but you can't let him get too far out.
Runchy again. Give him 8. Now he's starting to catch fire offensively.
And I say, you can't let Runchy start heating up here.
Now, you don't want that if you're Valley. I mean, that's the guy that can hurt you. We talked about Mitchell, but Runchy is surely an offensive prowess. Attaway up top, works inside, pushed back, tries it again, gets a little bump, and they're going to say foul on the floor on Centennial. It'll be on Prill.
Yeah, that was one of those getting close to. If Attaway put his arm out a little more, they might have called the offensive there, but.
Attaway will take a seat. TJ Williams checks in for Valley, inbounds here. Great defense from the Jaguars, switching all over. Poke back to half court. Strawn recovers. In the corner, they just look a little out of sorts.
Storbeck is in there. He's a freshman. Gives him a little bit inside.
Right side for Williams, too strong off the glass. The Jaguars will rebound, and Valley will get back to stop their numbers advantage.
Yeah, Centennial tried to push it, but as you said, Valley quickly got back.
Here's Prill. Both teams playing some pretty suffocating defense on half court on the ball. Strawn. Now Mitchell inside. And neither team allowing a lot to go on in the paint. And there'll be a foul on that shot attempt by Perpich, who will go to the line.
Yeah, that was a good pass to him, kind of a little no-look inside.
Look at Williams for 1 there. 5th team foul. What will matter here is it's a shooting foul. Perpich too strong. Jaguars will check back in Colby Beshin. And Hunter Runchy will take a seat, and I think the Tigers like to see that. 1 of 2 that time from the line for Perpich. Not a great start from the free throw line for Ankeny Centennial. Williams fakes in the corner again. Can't go anywhere with it. Now working inside, out into the corner for Strawn. Pretty good from out there. Too strong. Misses everything. He'll stay here. Hanson back in for Centennial. And so now Mitchell takes a seat. So Runchy and Mitchell on the bench, easily the 2 best scorers on the team. This is Valley's opportunity here. Almost 5 seconds there for Williams, and up to get it is Beshin. And they do take it away.
Yeah, he came down and got rid of it while he was still sitting down. If he steps up, he's traveling, but.
And again, similar to what we saw in the girls' game, I feel like Centennial might just be a little bit more aggressive right now, the more aggressive team. Here's Casper Bauer. And a little contact there on the floor for Strong.
That'll be his second.
And it'll be the 16th foul, so we will hit the line here. Keaton Casper Bauer. Very low scoring first quarter, 10-4 Jaguars. Off the back iron, and one thing they haven't done well tonight so far is shoot the free throw.
Yeah,
Ryder Knapp checks in for the first time today for the Tigers, and then Jorgensen is back in.
1 of 7 from the line is Centennial tonight so far. Perpich makes it 2 of 8.
So we're seeing Ryder Knapp for the first time today. He's had a couple of good offensive outings this season. Might be one for him today if he can get going. Here's Jorgensen. Finds a double team on the block. Top of the key three, got a piece of it. And out in transition is Casper Bauer, catches baseline. Fake. Again, nice fake by Beshin, who hits the three. And it's a 10-point lead, just like that.
And Casper Bauer set that up. He could have went up and shot it against the defender down low, but he was covered and saw they had more time.
And a block on the other end for Casper Bauer has come alive. Off in time, but no good for Hansen. And blink of an eye, it's a double-digit lead for the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars as we'll take a quarter break here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. We'll be back.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Welcome back inside the Central Iowa Sports Network. Again, CIML basketball on this Friday night as the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars lead the winless Valley Tigers by 10, 14-4 after quarter number one. I'm Schaefer Landed alongside Dar Danielson here.
Yeah, and an interesting score at the end of one, and Waukee 16, Dowling 3.
Wow. Didn't have that in my bingo card today.
No.
I think the metro area, aside from Dowling, would like to see a Dowling loss. And that hook layup, no good. First miss in a while for the Jaguars. That was Mitchell. 8 points in the first quarter for Hunter Runchie for Centennial. 13 in their last outing against Dowling. Valley working with the basketball again, down 10. Attaway, who's one of the two scorers thus far, and into the lane, off the glass, and now Valley's got Hybels going, and that's what they want. Eddie Hybels for two.
Yeah, he saw that open lane and took it right down the hole, and boom.
Mitchell. There's Runchie working on Attaway, who gets a strip, but it gets it back in the hands of Beshin. Attaway sticking with Runchie, and he misses short on the layup and falls to the ground. Good defense by Jaden Attaway.
Yeah, he stayed right with him, bodied him up, didn't get the foul.
That deep three, no good for Remick. 2-on-2 here. The Jaguars will slow it down. Into the lane, in the corner, and back up to the wing for Prill. No good on the three. Here comes Strawn, or excuse me, Ryder Knapp. Tried to feed Heibels in the corner. He turns around a little too strong, and might be a little draft in here. How about a 30-second timeout for the Jaguars? Both teams just, again, a little out of sorts on offense. And we saw that in the first game. It might be part of the, the gym is a little off kilter, kind of mess with your shooting, but.
Well, and the problem, too, is Valley gets behind and they tend to get a little, I won't say panicky, but you're thinking, man, we're behind. But that doesn't mean you have to throw up a shot right away. It's, a long ball game. Let's see here. That's a kick out for the three. Yeah.
Good ball movement, creating some shot opportunities there for the Jaguars.
Thrill, but Valley, you're only down through all this. You're only down 8, but you can't come down and they had Heibels inside and you throw it up quick. You got to just be patient. And I know it's easy to say setting up here, but
last time out, Valley was 2 for 15 from the three-point line. They're not having much more success here. Not the best three-point shooting team, as we mentioned, and then lost the last matchup between these two teams in December by 18. Wanting to get one back here. Centennial starts with the basketball out of the halftime, or the timeout, 14-6 still. Jaguars lead. Have yet to score in the quarter. Baseline Prill, nice pass to Mitchell, who gets one to go around the rim. Centennial's definitely had the better ball movement.
Luke Mitchell's first 2 points of the night, averages a little over 10.
And a quick answer from the left elbow for Attaway. They might need a good night from him to stay in this one.
They need a good night from everybody. That's been the issue, is finding. You'll get one guy that has a good run, but it's finding, syncing up with everybody offensively having a good run.
That three-point try misses right. Rebound will go to Remick. No good for Casper Bauer, who had a good start. Attaway off the glass. 2 more for him, giving 6.
Kind of showed it there, stepped through, off the glass.
Well, back to a 6-point deficit.
Yeah, a little mini Jaden Attaway 5-point run.
Centennial trying to exercise that ball movement.
Yeah, still being patient.
Prill gets inside and off the glass, finishing through some trees there.
Yeah, I thought Heibel was going to get a piece of that. He might got a little bit of it, but it got through off the glass.
Prill having a good night off the bench so far. And a whistle down low. Take that one out under the basket again, as there is a foul on the floor on Casper Bauer. His second. TJ Williams back in for Valley. Now, Heibels up top. Oh, rough pass from Williams there. Lucky to get that one back. Attaway with the bounce pass. Heibels down low.
Mitchell giving Heibels some trouble down there.
Into the corner. 3-ball corner pocket for Keen Jorgensen. Nice ball movement there on the other end.
Lead down to 5.
18-13. Getting into the middle 8 here. A 2-point answer, no good from Beshin. Attaway cleans it up. Into the corner again, now working baseline. Jorgensen is tipped. And the recover by Heibels, and it's back to a 3-point game. 1 possession here. Eddie Heibels. Starting to get a little volume increase in the Cold Iron Field House here.
Yeah, Valley's outscored them 11-4 here.
Mitchell can't finish on the baby hook. Thought he got hit in the face a little bit. And Heibels, this breakaway slam! Eddie Heibels takes the roof off. He's certainly come alive.
That'll fire him up. Well, we saw him get off the floor on that near block, and it's a full timeout. So,
well, taking advantage here.
See the
transition. He just
breakaway.
Nobody home in the lane.
Ooh,
nobody wanted to be
yeah.
home. Eddie Hybels, take a break. Be back on the CIML Sports Network.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa High School sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Welcome back inside the Central Iowa Sports Network. It's a whole new ball game. 18-17, the Centennial Jaguars have a slim lead, but Eddie Hybels has got going here late in the second quarter.
13-4 run in the second quarter. Valley to pull back into this one.
Dunk to head into the timeout. Runchy back into the ball game for the Jaguars. Into the corner, no good for Runchy. Cleaned up by Hybels. 8 points early on for Eddie Hybels, having a good end to the 25-26 season.
Yeah, see a little confidence now in Valley and a little more, that wasn't there at the start of the game.
I think we picked another good player to watch. Like I said, if he has a good game, usually the Tigers do as well.
Mitchell's been trying to stay with him down there, but if they get movement, they can break him open.
8 seconds on the shot clock for Valley. Attaway will take a contested corner three, misses short. Offensive board, Williams finds Attaway, who goes back into the rim. Reverse layup, no good.
That was a tough call to get it over the leaping Mitchell there, but just about pulled it off.
I don't know if we would have been able to contain the crowd after that one.
Yeah.
Hybels dunk and then the reverse lay. Well, it's Jaguar basketball with a 1-point lead here in the second.
And they have not scored in quite a while.
No, they haven't. Led at most by 10 in the first. Corner three goes, so we'll take a step back as Drew Hansen, free ball corner pocket. Keeping them at arm's length for now. Valley's turn to answer. That was Jorgensen, a nice turnaround, left-handed push there.
Yeah, doing his best Hybels impression as he got in the middle of the lane and popped it in there.
We're back to a one-possession game. Under a minute to go. Here's Prill.
We talked about combinations. Valley's found theirs right now.
Hansen the fake, step back, three-pointer from the key, misses strong. Rebound Jorgensen. About a 10-second differential between the shot and game clock. Williams takes a screen from Hybels. And a timeout Tigers. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, I think right before the half, you got 32 seconds left, 23 in the shot clock. Coach wants to be sure they run a good play and don't just jack it up there, Get a bucket. You can tie it here, and then, Centennial will have another shot at it. Maybe there's a 9-second differential there, most likely, but Coach just wants to, settle them down to 8. Let's run a good play and score here.
Well, they've had a lot of success when they've gotten into the lane, that painted area, and maybe that's what they're drawing up. And I think Centennial knows that, but we'll see what they come up with here. Again, 23 seconds on the shot clock, 32 on the game clock. If Valley can go into the halftime break tied up or maybe up by 1.
And probably telling them, hey, we got 23 seconds. No need to throw up a shot contest or anything. Work the ball around, get a good open look here, and let's score and get a good shot, run the clock down as much as we can, leave them with as little time as possible.
So we'll start with Attaway. Screen and roll for Hybels. Trying to get it to him. Now he's going to work on Mitchell. Up top, the three-pointer for Remick A little short. Offensive board. Hybels throws it away. Had your chance there.
Yeah, I didn't mind that three. That was an open look, but then Hybels just a little too high on the pass out. But so now you give Centennial plenty of time to get the last second shot here.
Centennial checks in Casper Bauer for some offensive help. 17 seconds for them to do something.
Williams putting the pressure on.
Keaton Casper Bauer almost takes it away, and it's got to be over the back there.
You say it was never touched. It went off of him. Great defense by TJ Williams.
We'll give him another shot here with 6 seconds to go. Nice job by Williams. Hansen will check back in for some defense.
See it here.
Yeah.
You pressure on him, and then it just bounces off his hip and goes over, and that's a violation.
Sometimes you just got to be in the way, which Williams was. Let them make their own mistakes. 6 seconds to go. Jorgensen, he'll be fouled.
No, that's not a bad foul. You got plenty to give. And then to his defender, nobody else came up for Centennial, came to the ball. Everybody stayed down low. You got to come to the ball when your guy's trapped up high. But this will be interesting. 2.9 seconds.
Jorgensen over some tough defense there. Misses short.
Not a bad look, though, for Deep.
No, absolutely not. Well, it's a close one here in West Des Moines. 21-19, Jaguars lead. We'll go into halftime here on the Central Iowa Sports Network and be back shortly.
It's the Start Something New sales event happening now at Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Knoxville, Iowa. Take up to $13,000 off new 2026 Ram 1500s with Conquest Cash or 0% for 60 months. 2025 Ram Heavy Duties. Over $12,000 off MSRP on select units. And on all new Rams, receive best-in-class 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And 2025 Wranglers up to $10,000 off with Stellantis loyalty. Yarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Knoxville, Iowa.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe a neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. We've got a tight one at halftime here of the nightcap in West Des Moines. 21-19, Ankeny Centennial with a slim lead. They were up by 10, but Valley kind of coming back over the shoulders of Eddie Hybels, who 8 second quarter points, and he's certainly come alive and needed to as well. Centennial sticking with some good ball movement, as you see there, creating some 3-point shots. Hunter Runchie, as you see, 8 points in the first quarter, none in the second. So Valley kind of making some defensive adjustments. A couple of other stats for you, trying to involve Keaton Kasperbauer. He's got 2 fouls and 1 point for Centennial, and again, Valley working well. Jaden Attaway with 6, as I mentioned, 8 for Eddie Hybels, and stunted a little bit of offense for the Jaguars. Other notable scoring, Colby Beshin with 5, Luke Mitchell, who was our player to watch for Centennial, with just 2. And I think it's anybody's game right now, and love to see a little bit more from Eddie Hybels, who's getting the crowd into it as well. But it's all about aggression. We'll be back for the second half of the middle 8 of our nightcap here on the Central Iowa Sports Network as Centennial leads by 2.
It's the Start Something New sales event happening now at DeYarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ames, Iowa. Take up to $13,000 off new 2026 Ram 1500s with Conquest Cash or 0% for 60 months. 2025 Ram Heavy Duties, over $12,000 off MSRP on select units. And on all new Rams, receive best-in-class 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And 2025 Wranglers up to $10,000 off with Stellantis loyalty. DeYarman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Ames, Iowa.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. We're live from Cold Iron Fieldhouse in West Des Moines for some CIML boys basketball as the Centennial Jaguars lead Valley at halftime 21-19, and Schaefer Landit with Dar Danielson on this Friday night. Thanks for joining us. And well, Dar, I think the first quarter you could say was more of Centennial's quarter, leading by 10 at one point, and then Valley showed them what was up, came back.
Yeah, you see down low the rebounds they were able to get, and then watch, you see Hybels with the dunk, and that kind of ignited things. They scored only 4 points in that first quarter, but 15 in the second, and held Centennial to 7. So they've and I mentioned it, you don't want to get too far behind. Well, they made that little run here, so now it's coming out of the locker room. Maybe a little doubt now for Centennial, and we talked about it. Centennial, they have 4 wins, which is 4 more than Valley, but still, we've seen these two teams match up pretty good here in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talked about that 4-point start for the Tigers. 10 days ago, their last game when they lost to Dowling, they had 6 points in the first quarter to Dowling's 21. We talked about that score over there is pretty interesting too. But
yeah, Waukee leading Dowling, yeah.
Valley's just having a hard time this season starting the game.
And I'm trying to remember, I think it was Waukee, a game I did earlier here with Valley. They were like tied, I think, going into the second quarter, and then Waukee just kind of, took the lead, and they only had like one of those 4-point quarters. They're okay if you have them in the first quarter, and then you get better. But the thing you don't want to see is a 4-point in the third or the fourth, and then you fall behind because then you can't catch up.
A lot of people say the third quarter is the toughest in basketball. We've got half of the middle 8 coming up here. It's probably going to be a big quarter, only a 2-point game. It's anybody's ball game, and looking to see what sort of halftime discussions went on.
Yeah, and that group at the end of the second there, they seemed like they kind of had something gelling, and Heibel's kind of got cooking a little bit, so nobody, as you read the scoring, nobody really standing out, but, at least Valley, they had no offensive momentum at all in that first quarter, but then they found it toward the end of the second, and we'll see how Centennial, what adjustments they made.
They're going to want a little bit more from Hunter Runchie. 8 points in the first quarter for him, 0 in the second, and then our player to watch, Luke Mitchell, with just 2 points on the night as well. So want some scoring for the Jaguars. Certainly they're lucky to have the lead, I should say.
And I love the pep bands. Valley always has a good pep band. Now, it looks like they got some of the, it's the junior high band. They got a lot of kids out, and it's always fun when you have the pep bands at the schools here.
Pretty good for junior high, but there's like 300 of them.
Yeah, well, they have a whole school for the junior, so, yeah.
3 sections of bleachers over there.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're all taken off. So it's going to get a lot more empty in here.
Yeah. But a good crowd, and that's okay because it warms things up in here, and
you need that today.
By the way, we'll have to have our cameraman Randy go out and start our cars here in the fourth quarter so that they're ready to go.
You'll have to do it manually for me, Randy. I don't have remote start. Well, out of the halftime break, it'll be Valley basketball again, trailing by 2 in the third quarter. Schaefer Landit, Dar Danielson with you on the Central Iowa Sports Network here on this Friday night. Looks like the same 5 for either squad. And the contested three-pointer goes to start the quarter for Keen Jorgensen, and the Tigers have an early lead in the third.
And what they did there, they had several passes before he took that shot where early on they were just coming down and putting it up without, moving the ball at all.
Love to see some patience there on offense. Corner 3, no good to answer for Beshin, and Valley cleans it up. Here's Attaway, 6 points in the first half for him. Clear-cut point guard for this growing and experimental Tigers squad. Williams back to Attaway. He won't take the screen. 10 on the shot clock. Heibels rolls now into the corner. 3 on the shot clock. Williams, tough shot, goes! Oh, T.J. Williams.
I thought they missed the opportunity when Heibels flashed there. They didn't hit him, but Williams made something out of nothing there. Now back-to-back threes.
Throwing up a prayer. 4-point lead for the Tigers, who have come alive here.
Carrying that momentum out of the locker room.
Runchie works baseline, swatted by Attaway. 4-on-5 break for the Tigers as Runchie's got to get back. Now a floater for Williams. Quick 5 for T.J. Williams here in the second half.
And they haven't really pushed the break a lot here in this game so far, and now they do coming back, and then Williams, with the excitement of the bucket, gets the foul just a second. First team foul here in the second half.
Well, the volume,
third quarter.
The volume in this Fieldhouse has certainly rose a little bit here in the last 10 minutes or so.
And
Centennial basketball.
I don't know what Coach is talking about there, Delger, but Now, Centennial needs to respond, get a bucket here. Outscored 8-0 to start the third.
Runchi. Contested three from the wing. In and out and in and out again. Rebound Tigers. Runchi having a tough few quarters. Hybels can't finish on the other end.
It was a nice look to him, but just couldn't get it go.
Mitchell there, and then some contact on the transition. They will get Keen Jorgensen. His second. And he'll tip it and almost throw it off of the Jaguar, but it'll stay here. Good effort by Jorgensen.
Yeah, mad at himself because he got up in the air, and when you're facing that way, there's really nowhere you can throw it behind you, but you don't know what's back there.
And Mitchell tried to give it to Beshin, but
just the confidence. There's just more pop in the step here at Valley now after coming out of that second quarter, run, and now they've carried it over here into the third.
Well, it's amazing what a couple of good buckets can do to your
get you going.
Your mood.
Now, can they carry it through though? That's been the issue. Not to belabor the point, but
middle eight almost over here. I'd say Valley won that so far, but there's still 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Valley with a 6-point lead, their largest of the evening. Centennial led by 10 at one point. Out for Williams, having a good start to the second half. 5 points for him. Right side, off the glass, no good that time. Mitchell with the rebound.
Centennial forced him deep in the shot clock that time again.
Runchi in the corner, takes a screen. Centennial has had good ball movement, just not a lot of shots falling. Runchi, and I think, grabbed his jersey a little bit. That was Williams.
Yeah, that was not a bad foul, but it's his third foul.
He's had a good offensive night. They'll definitely want him to stay on the floor as much as he can, but Sam Strawn will check in for him. Sam Strawn's got 2 fouls as well.
Because he knew he was beat, so he thought, what the heck, I'll just foul him here. Oh, great inbound play.
And Luke Mitchell is hands to the sky there as he's finally got his second bucket of the game. 4 points for him.
Ends the 8-0 run to start the third.
Jorgensen. Little elbow jumper goes, and the foul for Keen Jorgensen. And that foul will be on Beshin. And Valley certainly has all the highlight plays of the evening. Jorgensen will go to the line for one more.
Yeah, the fadeaway and the foul. And he now has a quick 6 points here in the third quarter, does Jorgensen.
11 overall. He's a scoring leader on the evening. Didn't have that in our pregame cards, but with this Valley team, it's anybody's ball game. I mean, they really are just looking for big performances from certain guys. And nice shed off of Strawn, and a three-pointer goes off the other end for Colby Beshin. Wow, that was a heck of a play.
Yeah, I'll look around. What do I do? I'll just shoot it.
He puts Strawn on some roller skates. (30-25), back to a 5-point lead for Valley, who's controlled this second half. And the three-point answer will go for Remick. And we'll get a timeout for the Tigers. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with them on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Valley up by 8 in the third.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Back in here in the Central Iowa Sports Network, the Valley Tigers have a 8-point lead over Ankeny Centennial here in the third quarter. Ankeny Centennial was up by 10, and Valley has kind of found their stride here. Schaefer Landit, Dar Danielson with you.
Yeah, the deficit's still, 14-5 to start the third quarter, but Centennial the last couple times down is starting to find a little more offense and confidence there. So,
looking around the state, as we mentioned, Waukee leading Dowling at the moment. Norwalk has a 1-point lead at halftime over Indianola. And again, it's an 8-point game here. We'll get a push. Foul on.
It's Strawn. That'll be his third.
Not a fantastic night for Strawn, at least in the foul category. Hasn't scored yet. Typically Valley's most efficient three-point shooter. And that one almost thrown out of bounds on the inbound, and Attaway almost takes it away. Last touch by Mitchell. Attaway creating some havoc.
Well, that's Keen Jorgensen down there. He's so long, they had to throw that ball over him, and it got away from everybody, and then they run it down on the other side.
Heibels will work baseline on Mitchell, way up in the air. He doesn't need the glass. 10 points for Eddie Heibels. And the answer for Keaton Kasperbauer has had a slow start, but a three there. Strawn down low, Heibels draws the double, taken away. And here comes Beshin, who's home alone. Off the glass on the left side for Beshin, and we're back to just a 5-point game. Centennial, a couple of good stops.
Yeah, all of a sudden, they're getting a little confidence in their offense.
Yeah. It's a game of runs. We've had some. Anybody's ball game here still in West Des Moines. Again, Valley hasn't played in 10 days with some weather hindering their schedule. They don't look rusty to me.
Not in this quarter they haven't. And there we go.
Free throw line, jump shot for Colton Remick. He's got 5. Up on the other end, blocked by Attaway. No soup for Keaton Kasperbauer. Boy, Attaway likes to hustle.
And when you're getting that offense going too, like Valley has, your defense is a little better because you get that, a little more. Yeah, I want to get the ball back, I want to score, and we've seen that out of Valley since late in the second quarter.
Will Clayton checks in for the first time this afternoon for Valley as the Jaguars have the basketball. And we'll get a holding foul.
Strawn?
Yeah,
that's
that'll
4
be
on
4.
him. I got a feeling he's going to be heading to the bench here soon.
Yeah, TJ Williams standing up here, and Strawn knows it. He'll walk straight to the bench. Will Perpich will check in for the Jaguars. We'll take
we're in
a
the bonus
throw.
already, aren't we? Yeah.
Forgot about that. I guess we are almost done with the third. That free throw misses for Brody Prill. Now Perpich will check in, and yeah, as I mentioned, TJ Williams in for Strawn, who has 4 fouls and still yet to score. TJ Williams with 6 points, or 5 points, excuse me, but he's got 3 fouls himself. Prill, 1 for 2 from the line that time. 37-31, minute and a half left to go here in the third. Low scoring and close, which is what we thought it would be. Heibels almost taken away from him. Clayton for 3 off the bench, no good. Rebound, Heibels off the offensive glass. Turnaround, Eddie Heibels in and out. Almost created his own there.
And he can get off the floor quickly, can't he?
I think he does squat jumps on the weekends.
Yeah, he must.
A 3-pointer goes for Colby Beshin, who's got 2 of those now. And
big 5-point swing there. Oh.
And Attaway was just walking to the basketball.
Oh, and then he commits the foul.
Man, that was not a good possession for Jaden Attaway.
Well, they kind of got the bad bounce, and the ball came in the backcourt. He should have touched it right away. Let's see.
Yeah, go get it.
He just let it go. It's going to be a turnover, so instead he lets 2 Jaguars come in there, and Prill takes advantage.
Coach will have a man-to-man conversation with them. Just go grab the ball.
Yeah,
Do
just
not
touch
let
it and get the turnover and keep them from It's still a live ball till he touches it.
So Attaway on the bench, and as is Eddie Heibels as Storbeck checks in for Valley. And Centennial's come alive on the back of Colby Beshin, who has 12 points.
Yeah, big surge in the last couple minutes here by Centennial.
Just like that, it's a 1-point game. T.J. Williams gets it, and Valley letting go of the lead a little bit. Under a minute to play here in the third. And a reach and foul on Prill.
Not to belabor it, but that's what I talked about, the consistency out of Valley throughout. And Prill with the foul, his second.
Just 2 for the Jaguars, so we'll stay off of the free throw line for now. About a 13-second differential between the shot and the game clock. Jorgensen slowed down a little bit, but he's having a good scoring night. Spin around, double team there. Good job by Perpich to help out, but on the floor is Storbeck, or Clayton. Nice hustle by him, and we'll get a foul eventually. So the shot clock turned off.
Yeah, for Jorgensen, he should have given that ball up. You feel the double team, you're not going to dribble through that. Give it up, and they got lucky there, and Storbeck made a good play to keep that alive.
Foul on Will Perpich on the floor as well. 3 team fouls for the Jaguars. 27.5 seconds to go here in the third. Valley wanting to get one back. They let go of the lead a little bit. And another foul on Prill. And that'll be his third.
And just a lot of silly fouls on both sides here in this third quarter.
Just 4 seconds went off the clock there.
Now Valley work the offense, get a good shot here.
Williams into the corner, no good for Remick. Offensive rebound, Storbeck goes up, puts it in, the garbage man.
There's a look at what that freshman can do. He's gotten better throughout the season.
Three-pointer answers for Casper Bauer. We'll go into the fourth quarter tied at 39 apiece. Wow. Friday night basketball. It doesn't get better than this. We'll be back on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Well, we're knotted up at 39 apiece here at the Central Iowa Sports Network, Centennial and Valley, and it's been a day of supporting casts as Centennial crawled back from a 7-point deficit. Beating Casper Bauer and Colby Beshin firing on all cylinders, and Valley losing a few of their steps, and Keen Jorgensen did not score in the third quarter, and they've had a big night from him up until that point. Schaefer Landit, Dar Danielson, 8 more minutes of regulation here, but it's anybody's ball game as we're not at 39 apiece. Centennial starts with it. No good on the floater for Casper Bauer. Had a three-pointer to end the quarter. That should be a kick ball, but they didn't call anything there. Working baseline. Nice finish that time for Colby Beshin, who's got 14 points.
The momentum has switched.
Yes, it has.
To Centennial now.
Started with Centennial, then it went to Valley, and back to Centennial. Valley's going to want to get something going quick, and their two best players are on the bench, and a block! Colby Beshin! Nothing happening there. Not on his watch, and a travel for Mitchell. Well, there's certainly a heck of a highlight reel to come. Let's take a look at this one again. Clean as it can be.
Yep. Now, Here's where Valley thinking, man, we got to get our win. We got to get our win. You can't. You just got to go out and play. Run that offense like you did in the third quarter.
Well, I think they're going to need a really big quarter from Eddie Heibels and probably Attaway as well, who's back in. And he gets it stripped from him by Prill. Good to see he's still aggressive on defense with a lot of fouls under his name.
Yeah, because Centennial feeling it right now on offense. They're back in their groove again.
2-point game here. Jaguars lead for the first time in a while. First time in the second half, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Casper Bauer to Prill now. No good under the basket for Keaton Casper Bauer. Bounce pass here. Now Keen Jorgensen is fouled. Foul on Casper Bauer. And Dar, I didn't realize it until just now, but I haven't seen Hunter Runchie in a while, and I don't see him on the bench. Their leading scorer for the majority of the season, and I don't see him anywhere in the gym, so I don't know if he's hurt or what. Oh, actually, I stand corrected. He was at the scorer's table hiding from me.
Ah, there he is.
False alarm, everybody. So he'll check in. Jack Gale will check in. The first free throw goes for Keen Jorgensen.
Well, he hadn't scored in the second half yet, so.
You know, most broadcast tables, as Jorgensen makes his second free throw, are on the other side of the floor. So they can see the scorer's table. I couldn't see under there, so he's hiding from me. That's 41-40 Centennial, tied it at 41. And it'll be a full timeout for the Jaguars as we're tied up again. 2 minutes have gone by in the fourth. We'll be right back on the Central Iowa Sports Network right after this.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa High School sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Out of the timeout here, knotted at 41 apiece. This one has gone nowhere since the last time we took a break, and it's anybody's ball game still with 6:15 left to go on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Schaefer Landit, Dar Danielson. It's Centennial Valley basketball in the CIML on this January Friday night, and we were talking about earlier on, Dar, I think Valley's really, it's their turn to try to get things going. They need some offensive production.
Yeah, I kind of switched back to that third quarter. Coming out of the second halftime, it was all Valley kind of got it going. Then Centennial, end of the third, started coming back, and now they're carried it over here to the fourth.
Important.
And we'll see if Valley can switch it back their way again.
Important to note that Centennial's best lineup is on the floor, but Valley is without Eddie Heibels right now, so he'll be coming in here in the next few minutes, and that'll probably change the scape of the game a little bit. Three-pointer goes for Mitchell, who had a quiet first half, and he actually absorbed some contact as well. But a quick three-point lead now for the Jaguars. Valley trying to answer.
Yeah, and they don't have to answer with a three. Just get a bucket.
How about a Euro step from Jaden Attaway? Couldn't finish. Prill on the other end. And Attaway really needed that one to go. I'm sure he's frustrated. And Heibels will go to the scorer's table for the Tigers.
Play defense, don't foul. They got fouling too much earlier and got Centennial in the bonus in the third.
Good ball movement by Centennial. Good defense by the Tigers.
5 on the shot.
Here comes Mitchell, right side of the lane. Another layup for him. And he's come alive in the fourth. 5 minutes of basketball remaining. Here's Jorgensen. Works baseline. 3 guys on him. Taken away by Runchie. That was just a tough job getting out of there. And Prill in the corner. Off the backboard. He gets his own miss, so a good break for him. Second three-pointer misses for Casper Bauer. And a third chance here is Runchie had it stripped from him by Clayton. Corner for Attaway, who's got some space. Just off.
All the bounces seem like they're going Centennial's way right now, aren't they? rebounds, everything. But
for the most part, couldn't get one to fall that last possession. But yeah, Valley is in need of a bucket here shortly if they want to get back close within this thing.
Getting toward the halfway point of the fourth quarter.
Mitchell working on Gale into the paint. Spin around on the right side. That's a tough finish for Luke Mitchell, who's woken up here in the fourth.
7 points in the fourth quarter, and that's the lead for Centennial.
Timeout for the Tigers. Be a full timeout. We'll stay here.
Right here, yeah.
Yeah, we mentioned Luke Mitchell really putting the Jaguars on his back here in late play. 7 points in the fourth, and he had a slow start, but has really come alive.
Yeah, and it might be time to switch around a little bit, try to find that offense again here for Valley to get him back, going, because they just have not.
Well, to be exact, I don't believe that Luke Mitchell has scored since the first quarter. Now he's got 7 points in the fourth. If my quick math is right, but
no, he scored. He scored 2 in the third.
2 in the third.
Yeah.
Okay. So momentum shaping in the way of the Jaguars. There's 3:56 to go in regulation. They're up 7. And Johnston takes down Urbandale tonight, 64-57. So scoring around the CIML. It's always interesting.
Yeah, Urbandale making a bit of a resurgence this year, coming back after some down years.
And Valley will see Urbandale on Tuesday, their next matchup. So no rest for the weary.
Valley needs a bucket of some sort here.
Hybels is back in for the Tigers. They'll get him at the top of the key. Back to Jorgensen. Works in the lane, spins around, meets some contact. Can't finish there. That just is tough to score that way.
Yeah.
Out for Prill. Centennial in control.
Yeah, they've been pretty precise now with their offense after getting in the lead.
Nice fake there by Runchie. Takes it to the basket, and he's finally back in the scoring column with 10. Nine-point game, just like that. Free throw line jumper doesn't go.
Oh, man.
Can't buy a bucket here in the fourth. Attaway sticks with it. Offensive board. Takes it up himself. Attaway doing all he can to muscle one up there.
Finally got the lid off there after a drought.
Yep, he's got 8 now. It's been a while. He had 6 early on.
Got to play defense, get some stops.
Strawn with 4 fouls is back in.
But that offensive confidence has shifted right over to Centennial again.
That baseline working corner for Beshin, no good. Rebound, Remick. I think Valley got a good break there, sending some Christmas cards as Beshin was wide open. Attaway. They might need a good finish from him if they have any hope. How about Jorgensen off of the screen? No good. Hybels fights for the rebound, puts it back up. No good. Offensive board. Strawn off the glass. Can't get it. He'll be fouled. Strawn. How about this, Dar? Strawn has yet to miss. You know what? Announcer jinx don't exist. Strawn has yet to miss a free throw this season. We're late January. I think that's important information.
Yeah, and so far his only contribution has been 4 fouls in the scorebook.
These are important free throws here. First one goes.
Ooh.
Certainly who you want at the line if you're a Valley fan.
10 of 10. He hasn't shot a lot.
Maybe 12 of 12.
But no more important ones than those.
TJ Williams checks in for Strawn, who does his job there, and Valley is trailing by 5 with 2 minutes, 9 seconds to go in regulation here on a exciting Friday.
You got a shot clock, get some stops. For Centennial, keep working that offense.
Yeah, they had a couple good looks, but they didn't fall. Wide open three-pointer in the last one. Runchie works on a triple team, taken away. Attaway's got it. I don't think they'll have the numbers. Well, now they will. Attaway, right side layup, finishes. That one had some English on it.
Attaway says numbers. Who needs numbers? I'm going to split 2 defenders and take it to the rack.
Valley keeping themselves in it, just trailing by 3 now, and a timeout. Centennial will stay here, and this one's turning the wheels a little bit. What happens when you can't make open shots? Now Attaway taking this one into his hands, and Valley's right within where they need to be.
And we talked about their records, and, they're very evenly matched. It's just the flow who's going to get on this last run here. And Centennial Valley got on one end of the second, into the third. Then Centennial got one in the end of the third. Now Valley here late, about 2 minutes to go, started getting one here in just a 3-point ball game.
And boy, would it be a great victory for Valley to get their first win tonight. Later than they wanted, but it's got to come up at some point, and they'd love for it to be right now.
Yeah, all those hours you put in the practice and all, and all that time, and you got all that hanging over you. We're 3-time defending champions. That doesn't mean anything. You're coming out with a new team, new coach and stuff, but you just want to finish, and you want to get one win out of this, and we'll see how it plays out.
Attaway reaches double figures with that last bucket. He's got 10, 13 for King Jorgensen, and 10 for Eddie Heibels. But they've been stunted a little bit on offense. Now getting going. We got a minute and a half to go. Valley trails by 3.
And Valley hasn't committed a foul yet, so if they have to start fouling, they have 5 to go here. So that's why Centennial's pulling it out and burning a little clock here.
Prill works baseline. Good defensive help there for Valley. And Mitchell misses everything on a 3, that was Casper Bauer. Valley's got it. They have a chance to cut it or tie it, and taken away from Attaway, who tries to fight back for it. It'll be a 2-on-2. Good job by Williams to get back.
Just about to say, don't rush it, but good pick by Centennial to get the turnover. So now you're really in trouble here for Valley. You got to start fouling.
Still got time. 1 possession ball game. I think they might wait, but you don't want to let that happen. And Beshin recovers the ball.
That seemed like a double dribble, didn't it? Or
maybe a little interesting there. Beshin open for 3. He's been good from there today, and he's still good. Beshin is going to make it tough for Valley to get back in this one. There's a second difference between the shot and game clock. Centennial back up by 6. And a foul now.
Well, that's what you want. Get to the line, stop the clock.
Colby Beshin with 17 points, a game high. Sam Strawn checks back in for Valley for some offensive.
On the made free throw, you can press if you can make both.
You don't need a 3 here, but
Perpich will come back in.
Yeah. So Jorgensen, Attaway, Heibels.
Oh, was that before the shot? They didn't.
It must have been.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Strawn and Remick, your 5 for the Tigers. Attaway to Remick in the corner. He had some space. A little bit of daylight. 3-ball corner pocket. Colton Remick, and Valley calls a timeout. They're back within a 1-possession game. 20.6.
Yeah, 30-second timeout. You set up the pressure here. You need 5 fouls, so you got to go for the steal.
Quick.
And because you don't really have a lot of time. That's a bad thing about it. They haven't fouled at all in the quarter, and now, 20.6 seconds. Centennial can keep getting it in and run clock, even if you do try to foul them to get them to the line. So you got to just go all out for the steal here.
20.6 on the clock here in regulation. Valley looking for their first win against Ankeny Centennial, down by 3. It'll be Jaguar basketball out of the timeout here.
Both these teams have had points in this game where it looked like they might run away and hide. Valley and Centennial both, but now Centennial, all the cards kind of heading toward their way.
Inbound to Runchie quick, and he'll be grabbed for a foul. Just 1 second off the clock there.
I don't think Valley has any timeouts left, do they? No. Are there one?
One timeout.
One timeout left? One each, okay. You got to be careful there. You can get an intentional foul.
Yeah, foul before the...
That's what they're going to talk about, I think.
Certainly before the ball came in.
Yeah. Because if it's intentional, then you get 2 shots and the ball.
I say let him play, but I'm not in charge. Heibels will get the foul. They won't call that intentional.
No. So they discussed it, though. I'm sure that's what they were talking about.
3 to give still for the Tigers, 18.9 on the clock. They're going to try to play a little keep away, and they do. And they're going to, they could have gotten a bucket there.
No, that's one of those where you
hold on to it.
You take the knee before you hit the goal line, and you let the clock keep running, because that's your biggest ally there. Because now, fourth, so now they got, that's the fourth personal, only third team foul. So you still got 2 to give.
And that was 5 seconds off the clock there.
Yeah.
We'll try it again. How about a timeout?
Yeah. So again, all the cards sitting on Ankeny Centennial's side right now.
Well, and if you're them, you just got to continue to inbound towards your basket.
And don't turn it over. Just get it in and make them foul you.
Yeah, they're going to continue to pass the ball over to the left side of your screen. And, just be smart with the basketball. And they should have this one, especially up 3. If they can make a free throw, it's going to be tough for Valley to get anything going. But anything can happen, especially if they get a steal. 13.8. It's a 3-point game here.
It's ended up a couple good games tonight, you know. Both of them gone back and forth. Centennial girls hanging on to beat the Valley girls, and now the boys trying to get the sweep here. Tigers looking for that elusive win number 1 on the season.
Well, thanks for being with us on this Friday night on Central Iowa Sports Network. 13.8 to play in regulation here. It'll still be Jaguar basketball. Valley still needs 2 more fouls before they can get them sent to the line and be a little game of tag. Beshin will inbound. He's had a heck of a day, 17 points, the highest of the game for either squad. He had a 3-pointer to go up 6, which has kind of led us to where we're at now.
Yeah, that was big. That came down under pressure, hit the 3, and really stretched it out.
Quick inbound to Runchie, and in less than a second will be shut off the clock, and now it's 4 fouls. So
still, if they foul here quick, there's still a chance. You know.
It's an important one here, and they will get it across to Runchie, who goes the other way. Get about 2 seconds off, and he will be fouled. And now we'll transition here. Runchie to the line. 98% from the stripe.
Yep, 1 for 2 tonight, though. Yeah. So you're saying there's a chance, yeah.
That's definitely who the Jaguars want there. Surely why they got the ball inbounded to him. But just 2 opportunities so far tonight. Here's the third. First one goes. So 2-possession ball game.
Yep.
11 seconds is plenty of time to get that down, but 5's going to make it tough.
We're not in a college game where the ball goes through and the clock stops.
Runchie. Those are some ice-cold free throws. He has 12. Valley needs one. A 3-pointer does not go. Mitchell with the rebound. Play keep away here, 2 seconds. 1.8 on the clock, and that'll likely be all but over.
That's going to seal it. Well, the Tigers fought hard here.
They did.
But kind of the story of the season. They've been close and just unable to finish it out.
And to me, that doesn't look like a team with no wins. I mean, there's still definitely a good basketball culture here at Valley. It's just a rough year. And
a lot of young guys, seniors who have, stuck it out, trying to work and bring these young kids along. But also credit Centennial. I mean, they got down, like I said, it looked like Valley's going to race away, and they came back and got their confidence back and have done what they needed to do to close this out.
Well, led by a 17-point performance from Colby Beshin, 14 for Luke Runchie. Valley, a good night, but not good enough, as Ankeny Centennial will move to 5-10, 3-10 in conference play, and Valley is 0-14 and 0-12 in conference play, and they're about ready for the season to be done, but good fight from them.
Well, still got a few more chances here, and then, you get into the postseason. That it's just, I like the way they kept fighting the whole way through here, and then, again, credit to Centennial as they held them off.
Well, Centennial sweep here in West Des Moines. Thanks again for joining us on this Friday night. Central Iowa Sports Network for Dar Danielson, I'm Schaefer Landit. Stay warm out there, and we'll see you next time.